What is up, guys? NYKF31 here, bringing you a game of Madden 25. We are rapidly approaching the end of Madden 25. 25 days until Madden 15 gets released, as a matter of fact, ironically enough. And I am playing a game against a subscriber, MacD1990. You see, I'm here using the Detroit Lions. He settles on the Miami Dolphins. The Lions are an interesting unit. Defensively, their front seven is absolutely perfect for what I like to do. I didn't have to make any changes to how they're set up or who's on the field at all. Secondary is a little shaky. What I did do to run the run and shoot is that I put Reggie Bush at wide receiver. Reggie actually is an 86 overall when you move from the wide receiver. He has mid-80s for route running, beat press, catch in traffic. So he actually graded out to be a halfway decent wide receiver. So I needed another option out there outside of Calvin. And Bush was really the only guy who could fit the bill. The slots are kind of mediocre, as I have Broyles and Burleson out there. I suppose I could have used Jonathan Fourier, but I just held on the wide receivers. And, the Fish have Tannehill doing some things, rolling out in the play action. Miller is a pretty speedy guy. Mike Wallace is useful when he's not putting the ball on the ground. And on defense, I'm actually using Ndamukong Suh. And he was pretty fun to use her. I was able to do some things with him, even with the right stick being as not as user-friendly as I would like it to be. He's able to get off blocks in a flash. He's really agile, and I can chase down screens when I read screen, and plus he has a good pass rush moveset. So there I throw an INT. I tried to put some touch in that ball, but didn't put enough. A little bit of a heavy thumb. Stafford has a hose for an arm. Can have some accuracy issues when I try to lead pass, but, can't have everything. He's good enough. What I want to talk about here is the second EA Sports Madden 15 live stream. SimF Ball Critic posted it on his channel. If you haven't watched it yet, feel free to go there and do so. If you have seen it, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Personally, I feel like the first one was better. Better done, better presented, much more informative. It dealt more with the meat and potatoes as far as gameplay is concerned. Features, enhancements. We got to see more of how stuff works, nuts and bolts wise. While this one dealt more with graphical elements of the game and presentation, halftime show, in-game presentation, things like that. As far as graphics are concerned, I feel like graphics and visuals have always been the least of Madden's shortcomings. Graphically, the game always looks very clean and is always very, pretty to look at, in my opinion, at least. Presentation, I guess that really depends on what modes you are into. As someone who plays mainly in online franchise mode, presentation isn't really a, vital gameplay aspect for me, because you're going to lose many of the presentation elements when you're playing online anyway. I'm not sure in this iteration of the game what parts are going to be cut when you go online, but you're inevitably going to lose some aspect of the presentation. Now, I don't want the presentation to just be complete drudgery, but, I seldom go gaga over a game having tremendous presentation value. But if you're someone who plays offline franchise or other types of modes offline, obviously it's going to be a little bit more important to you. You want it to be immersive for it to at least hold your interest in watching it or listening to what's being said. I felt the transition between the on-field action and what's going on, outside of that, between interaction of the players and cutting away to the coaches or the sideline, the crowd, what have you. It was done pretty nicely, pretty seamlessly. And, you know, the halftime show looked pretty good. Looked very 2K-like as far as showing the highlights of the game. I really didn't get a feel for the commentary, partially because the guys doing the presentation were talking over it and interpreting the game to point out things that they're looking to present. And plus, I guess dealing with a half of a football, you're not going to really get much of a developed storyline to hear. I know that was something that they were touting, that the commentary will kind of flow with the way the game is playing out, but with really just one half of footage, how deep are you going to get into that? So that remains to be seen how that's going to sound and play out. I haven't played offline franchise in Madden in years. Years and years and years. I just never really had the incentive to. I didn't really find it very engaging, very dynamic. I found it boring between the computer, either having to jack up the difficulty to all Madden to get a challenge out of the computer and being cheated on all Madden, to just the offline mode not having much personality. It was just not something that caught my interest. So maybe this year will be different. Who knows? Love to hear what you guys think. Talk to you all later. Peace.
So for Bill Sims and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nance saying so long for now.